Hey, you all. Good evening. Happy Monday evening. Um, I hope your week has been off to an incredible start. I'm sitting here in a coat because it's cold. In my opinion, it's cold. I know, for example, my husband, he loves the cold weather, cool weather. Nope, that ain't me. I'm hot. I like hot weather. It was like 80s today in Chicago. And then all of a sudden by like 7, I was like, my gosh, okay, so we're transitioning to fall now. Cold. So I'm here in a coat and my coffee. All right, y'all. So I'm going to be quick about this so I'm not long winded. I tend to be. I wanted to check in with y'all first, and I wanted to share with you what I've been working on in my class. So, if you've been following my stories, I've been posting snippets of little tidbits about the Underground Railroad as it relates to Mexico. And so that is a project that I'm working on right now. And I thought, you know what? Let me jump on and share video before I have to go write this paper. So, with that being said, I am working my master's in Spanish. This is my second master's. My first one is in linguistics. And I really want to bridge the two together when it comes to the language, the identity, the regions, the sociolinguistics, and all that stuff. So I am writing a paper about the Underground Railroad in Mexico. And it's been wonderful. I mean, just the amount of information that I've learned and just read about. So, first book, I don't even know, that might be backwards, so I'm just going to read it, y'all. South to Freedom, Runaway Slaves to Mexico and the Road to the Civil War by Alice Baumgartner. Shout out to you, La Autora. A couple of articles on how there are parts of the Mexican community that celebrate Juneteenth because you have the Afro Mexican community. And other articles, I think this was from, I can't remember, History Site, maybe History Site, yes. So it's been real good. My interest peaked when I read about Yanga and did a little bit of research. If you don't know who Yanga I apologize, he was an African prince. I'm giving you the cliff notes here. And he was taken and enslaved by the Spanish and brought over to Mexico. And so he actually led a huge and very influential revolt and established the very first free community for blacks. And it was a wonderful thing. It was an incredible thing. And so with that, that really piqued my interest because then I'm thinking like, wow, okay, so we have a community of Afro Mexicans. Like this is awesome. And so with my reading, I've been finding out that there was an underground railroad. And it's interesting because again, at a certain point, Mexico had abolished slavery, but then it was okay. So if you come here, you are free. However, however, you have a few options, and one option was okay, work for the militia, become a soldier, and protect the barrier, the boundary, right? The other one was, or you can work for a hacienda or indentured servitude. So again, I don't really know how free that was, right? It's like, little strings there. So I'm still reading, I'm still diving into some things, and I'm going to speak with you all a little bit more about what I'm finding out. But it's been incredibly interesting, and just very informative. And it's always good to make those connections, right? We want to continue to make those connections to the classroom, from Africa to the Spanish speaking communities, because we're there. We are involved and we are part of those Spanish speaking communities, due to the diaspora. So I will be in touch with you all about, more things, but I highly encourage you, if I don't remember if I said this, check out the book Yanga by Chris Mercer. It is written in Spanish. It's an excellent start, to learning a little bit more about certain Afro Mexican communities, and bridging the gap and bringing these conversations into your classroom, and talking about the why, like, oh well, how do we have Africans in Mexico? How did they get there? And one way is the Underground Railroad. So I'm gonna journal and reflect a little bit more with this about you all. But if you're familiar with ACTFL, the National Language Convention Conference coming up, a colleague of mine, Chris Jeffords, i.e. Judea, we will be talking about incorporating African narratives into the classroom. And I'm going to go into detail a little bit more on this subject. So hopefully you can make it and sign up. But other than that, that's all I got, y'all. I'm looking at the clock. It's 7 minutes. See, I talk too much. All right. Ciao.